Hey everyone, welcome to another Drum Teacher Reacts video. Today I'm covering Alexander P and his cover of The Wretchedness Inside, which is a song by the band Trivium off the album The Sin and the Sentence. Really good album, and if you're a metal drummer, you should listen to it because Alex Bent is an absolute machine. He's got playthroughs of quite a few of these songs on YouTube as well, so definitely check them out. But let's get into Alexander's cover. I'm going in blind on this one, haven't watched it yet, and I've honestly not heard of him before. But he's got 40-something thousand subscribers, so I presume he's pretty good. Let's see what he's doing. It's a lot of stuff. Hell of a lot of cymbals and drums. Not too dissimilar from Alex Bent himself, to be fair. Nice. Bit of offbeat in this song. It's not the most difficult offbeat pattern in the world because it's the right hand that's playing the offbeat, but the kick snare pattern is very rudimentary, which when I first listened to the song I was honestly quite surprised by. I thought Alex Bent would do something ridiculously tricky, but he did not. I guess it serves the song though. The kit's set up really nicely as well. Everything's laid out pretty much perfectly if you're playing this type of music. Nice. So if you didn't catch that, there's in the chorus as it changes bars, there's a really fast like open close hi-hat straight after, I think riding off the China, which can be quite difficult, but Alexander's doing a great job so far. You see what I mean about the layout of the kit? Like everything's within reach. It looks huge, but he's not having to twist. He's not having to sort of, do any jerk motions to hit any of his equipment, which is ideal. Especially when you use as many drums and as many cymbals as he clearly does and as Alex Bent does on the song. There's that fast close hi-hat I was talking about. He kind of showed it there with the camera angle. You have to be somewhat fast with your feet going from playing on the kick pedal to closing the hi-hat clutch, because immediately after closing the hi-hat is 8th notes on the kick. Sixteenth notes. Whoops. This is an interesting part of the song. Kind of like a samba rhythm. A little bit sloppy on the double time ride, but it's, tough to do, honestly, especially when you've been playing, straight singles for the whole song to then have to transition to double time on the ride. His calves are, Jesus. Calf muscles. One thing that I have noticed while watching is that his rack toms, the skins are battered. So he wants to change them. There's stick marks kind of all around the head as well, so maybe consistency is something that he needs to work on in terms of where he's actually hitting the drum. But in fairness to him, when you're playing Trivium and Avenged Sevenfold and this kind of music, speed is essential, so you're not always going to be the most accurate, so I'm being very nitpicky with that one. No heel toe on the double bass either, which I honestly, I can't do it. I don't know how it's something I've practiced and I can't do it. I've watched so many videos on like how to do heel toe. Can't do it, I don't know. Yeah, his double bass was really clean. Just singles on the feet, alternating right and left, of course. That's a nice fill-in as well, because it's slightly off-tempo. This album is covered in that fill-in. Like going down the toms, but at a slower pace to the rhythm of the song. Nice syncopation between hands and feet. That's another thing that's all over this album. Really nice building speed on the feet there as well. Nice, really nice. It's a tough song to play that because it's very long. There's a lot to it. Some of the rhythms, in fact most of the rhythms repeat. For example, the offbeat China, I think is played maybe like 5 or 6 times. But it's not the most difficult song on The Sin in the Sentence, it must be said. But that's a really nice cover, really clean throughout. I'd say maybe Alexander needs to work on the double time ride, but that's being really nitpicky, to be honest. That was a really good cover. Tough song to play, definitely for more advanced drummers. He nailed like the samba section. It's not a samba, but hopefully you know the bit that I mean. It's kind of like the pre-breakdown. There's not really a breakdown in this song, so to speak. But yeah, that kind of samba feel rhythm, he did a really good job on. The kit was laid out really nicely. He was in control throughout the whole of the song. He didn't look like he was rushing or dragging at any point, which is good. I think I've mentioned this in another one of my videos, but half the battle when you're playing the drums is not to let your mind wander. I actually recently I watched a really good Austin Bircham video on, I think 3 tips to make your groove tighter or something like that. If you've not heard of Austin Bircham, he's one of the best teachers on YouTube by far. Really good video, so check him out. But anyway, for this video, it's really good. It's probably the heaviest song I've covered so far in terms of like straight up metal. And yeah, a lot of just fast single strokes, both on hands and feet. Really well executed by Alexander. I think my favourite thing about the cover is how well rehearsed it was, especially with the fill-ins. The fill-ins across the toms, he nailed every single time. But speaking of the toms, I think my one really nitpick, this is really harsh, I feel like a bit of a dick saying it, but maybe just get a bit more accurate with where you're actually hitting the toms. I know I said it earlier, but whatever. I feel like I need something to complain about, otherwise I'm just watching a video. Really good, Alexander P. I'll be watching more of your videos. I have just hit subscribe, so very cool. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.